Now that it's cold out, it's time to get a drivetrain in this thing. Let's make some power.
Oh, shit!
What the hell did you just hit?
Rock.
On the car!
Yep, that's what happens.
Okay, you made it. Oh my god, we're gonna die.
So first things first, this is a 95 or 96, I love it when I can't remember what I buy at the junkyard, T5 out of a 3.8 V6 Mustang. That's right, not a V8. They put a different transmission in with the V8, but the V6, it's the same T5 with the same gear ratio from the 5-liter V8s earlier, so this can handle the power. The difference is the input shaft to fit in the SN95, the non-Fox body cars, is longer. So we've got a brand new input shaft. So first thing you gotta do is already took the 4 bolts out. There is a place to pry on the case. You don't want to remove it. And I'll have to clean this up later when I go to put it back, because it's all perma-sealed up. And then we just should be able to just slide this sucker out. But now it's going to make me a lot... Ah, there we go. Whoa! That wasn't good. A whole bunch of needle bearings just fell out. And that's not what I want. Ugh, this just got uglier. Oh, man. But, I'll try and get these up here. As you can see, one is just a little bit taller. And the splines are a little bit deeper. So the one thing I'm going to have to check is if this input shaft collar is the right length. Now luckily, due to my non-researching, I have a second T5 transmission, and it should have the correct length collar because it's out of an 87 4-cylinder Mustang. The gearing in it's too deep for a V8. Also, the input shaft nose is too long, but this part of the collar, if this isn't the same on both of them, I'm going to just trade it out. So, we've got our new input shaft. We've got our new bearing that's got to be pressed on. It's got a race and a collar, and you see they got to go together. So, flip our dies around here. Might have to actually go down a level. I'm going to use this socket to push down. Trying to get all these roller bearings back in here, and I'm using engine. Oh no. Oh, I found all my needle bearings. I had them in the retainer, or the input shaft retainer, just so I could get them all in there. And I just used some engine assembly lube to hold them all in place. So hopefully we can get this sucker back in here right. Out, missing anything up. There we go. Woo! That was tough. Now, I just got to find some silicone. All my stuff's all yucked up. I already cleaned off pretty good. All the black. I've got a bunch of gray somewhere for doing the rest of the case. You can see I finally have my correct input shaft. You see the 4-cylinder transmission is a lot narrower than the V8. The other one I had, or the original input shaft, because this is actually out of an SN95 V6 Mustang, is longer. So the other thing I had to do was get the correct, well, these should be the same. You notice the input bearing is bigger on the 4-cylinder. So I just got to get this new oil seal in and put some gasket maker on there, and we should be good to go. And hopefully I have all the right parts. As you see, I got the bell housing on now. Got one more bolt, then we'll check. I've rounded some of them off, so we're down to using a crescent wrench. I'm sorry, a box wrench, and they're still rounded off. After this, we'll move on to that, because we got to put a different tail housing. We're going to get one from Modern Driveline, hopefully, that mimics one out of a Chevrolet, like an S10. And it's going to move the shifter up, so it's just like the 4-speed transmission. Let's see if I can get this sucker in here. Oh, now, as you see, I got all the bolts out, but I still got a problem. So we got to pry this loose. Now it should come off. Nope. You can see things have changed a little bit here. I missed the step where I have to drive out this drift pin. You just drive it all the way down. Now it's out, I think. Now we'll see if we can get this sucker off. Oh, there we go. Now to put the new tail housing on, we got to put it back up. Clean all the RTV off and reinstall everything. Should be more careful with my plastic speedometer gear. So parts finally got delivered. So we now have our new tail housing. And as you can see, it's going to put the shifter way up there. This is from Modern Driveline. It came with the O-ring in it. Or I'm not sorry, O-ring. The gasket in it for the output shaft. I bought one, but so there's a couple bucks wasted. Also comes with a new shift rail. So I got my brake parts cleaner. Got my gray gasket maker. Some blue thread locker. Our instructions that, well, let's just say they're okay, but I also watched a video. I'm going to try and link it on Speedway Motors website where they put a S10 tail housing, which is what this basically is, onto the back of a Mustang T5. Also, where did I put it? This comes with a bunch of shims, and this is probably where we're going to struggle. A bunch of shims from Tremec to make sure this all fits together. They go somewhere, like right here in the tail housing. But as you can see, I already got the bolts out of the case, and then we'll have to take the shift rail out and put the new shift rail in. So I took the bolts out of the case and I cleaned everything up. Key thing is it needs to be in neutral. Trust me, I struggled like a dude at a bar. And then there's two corners in the back to pry up on once you break the gasket, and then the trick is to lift it up and over and get it out to the side. And there you go. And as you can see, I already cleaned everything up. So next thing we'll do is we'll get the shift rail changed out. So I got ahead of myself. You can see this little ball has to go in here, and then this spring rides on top of it, and I can't get that in there like this. So hopefully I don't mess up my gasket maker. Let's see if I can pull this off. I got this thing completely out. We got to get this set on there and then press it in.